There's something particularly insidious about the mushrooms that pop up in your own backyard after a good rain. They appear in familiar territory, in spaces where you feel safe, where your children play. This familiarity breeds a dangerous sense of security that has put countless people in emergency rooms and morgues. The assumption that somehow your yard is exempt from producing deadly mushrooms is not just wrong, it's potentially fatal. Residential lawns and gardens are actually high-risk environments for toxic mushroom growth, and the reasons why might surprise you. Your yard is essentially a spore collection system. Those decorative wood chips and mulch you spread around your garden beds? They can carry spores from commercial sources that might include species not even native to your region. Your neighbor's yard contributes spores that drift on the wind or wash over during heavy rains. Birds land in your grass after visiting who knows where, depositing spores in their droppings. The diversity of species that can potentially fruit in your yard is far greater than most homeowners realize. Chlorophyllum molybdites, the green-spored parasol mushroom, is the most common cause of mushroom poisoning in North America, and it absolutely loves residential lawns. It fruits prolifically in yards, often in fairy rings that homeowners find charming rather than threatening. The jack-o'-lantern mushroom, Omphalotus olearius, frequently appears around tree stumps and buried wood in suburban landscapes. And then there's Galerina marginata, a little brown mushroom that grows on wood and can appear deadly mundane while being absolutely lethal. These aren't exotic species restricted to deep forests, they're suburban specialists. The false security of "it grew here last year and looked the same" has killed people. Mushrooms don't follow predictable patterns in the way garden vegetables do. The same spot that produced an edible puffball last summer might produce a destroying angel this fall. Spore dispersal is random and environmental conditions vary year to year, creating unpredictable fruiting patterns. That mushroom that looked identical to last year's specimen might be a completely different species that happens to share some superficial characteristics. Yard management strategies need to be clear and uncompromising, especially in households with children. Kids should be taught never to touch mushrooms, period. Not to examine them, not to kick them, definitely not to taste them. Remove mushrooms before they mature and release spores. Though understand this is damage control rather than prevention, you cannot eliminate mushroom growth entirely. The spores are already in your soil, waiting for the right moisture and temperature conditions. And critically, abandon the notion that you can learn to recognize your yard's mushrooms as safe. Professional mycologists won't eat wild mushrooms without rigorous identification protocols. Homeowners with no training shouldn't either.